Before you spend another hour at the piano, ask yourself this. Is your technique helping your hands or quietly hurting them? In 2017, after a bizarre fall, I ended up with 6 fractures in my fourth finger, 1 here, and 4 complicated surgeries, major time frame for recovery. And ever since then, I have had a number one priority of my practice time is my hand health. And I invite you to make your hand health your priority. So here are some things to ask yourself. Here are 5 checkpoints to help you answer that question. Number 1, at the end of a practice session, are your fingers tired? Do you know your fingers really shouldn't ever tired? Yes, your forearms, other parts of your body, I will tell you how to avoid that. But your fingers really shouldn't. My brain, my mind gets fatigued well before my fingers do. Number 2, are you pushing the tone, pushing sound? So pushing sound looks like this. It's forward motion. So if I were playing the opening chords of Tchaikovsky with a push sound, which is not a good sound, it stops the sound, it doesn't resonate, and it's just very unnatural to do this kind of motion. It's just very forward moving. Instead, you want total relaxation. It comes from your lower back around the top of your shoulder and just drops. Now, I'm going to just sideline for a second to share a quick myth. It is impossible to be totally relaxed. If we were totally relaxed, we'd be playing this, right? So we have to have some precision, but still you can learn to go from here to precision with as relaxed as you can be at the piano. Number 3, are your wrists locked all the time? Are they always in one position? Yes, there are many places in piano playing where your wrist wants to be in one position, but not all the time. If I'm playing soft chords and I want a lot of consistency, that's when I want my wrist to be very steady. So, for example, the opening chords of the gorgeous Schubert G major, very steady wrist, because I want consistent soft chords. The exact opposite is true if you're playing a lot of Mozart is short phrases. I think all Mozart does. A lot of early Beethoven is short phrases. So, for example, the Beethoven is 14 number 2. Your wrist want to follow your phrasing. The Mozart B flat 333. So make sure you have a lot of variety in your wrist motion, and it supports your musicality as well. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. This is just speculation, but I know a lot of hairstylists who get carpal tunnel syndrome. And I would guess that the reason why is for 30 years or whatever, their wrists are locked in one position without a lot of movement. So you do not want that. Number 4, you're using a lot of in-out motion at the piano. This is a very unnatural position, and it's fatiguing up in your upper body. Horizontal playing is very natural, and it is not fatiguing. So, for example, if you're doing an octave section, what you don't want to do for that reason, and for many, for accuracy and a whole bunch of other things, what you don't want to do, I'm going to use the example of the Chopin Third Scherzo, the opening, the first theme. So what I don't want to do is this. So what I don't want to do is, not to mention it slows you down and it's harder to play. What you want is horizontal motion. So for that, I'm placing my thumbs so that I don't have to go in and out. I'm placing them right around here, and I'm moving horizontally, and you'll notice it looks like I'm barely moving. So compared to this and moving this way, it is so much more natural, and it is not fatiguing. Number 5, you're more concerned about tempo than you are efficiency. There is no tempo police knocking on your door. There is no one tempo to play everything. I hear this from my students and my members of the Piano Ninja Tricksters Club all the time. They're always wanting to play faster, and I always ask them, reframe the question. How do you play more efficiently? Your hands will tell you the truth well before your metronome will. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where I'm going to give you more demonstrations of how to play efficiently, how to play with big sound without fatigue. You'll find it right here. I look forward to seeing you there.